Hey there, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to add Flodesk to your Squarespace website. First of all, if you don't know what Flodesk is, it's an email marketing platform and you can send newsletters through it. They also have products now. They also have email templates. I personally use it. I love Flodesk. They have a flat pricing, so they're not like a lot of other email marketing companies where they price depending on your audience size. It's just a flat price, and you can create really beautiful newsletters. And yeah, so I wanted to show you how you can connect your Flodesk to Squarespace. So in Flodesk, under forms here, there's three options when you go to create new forms. Ultimately, they show a couple of different form types, but ultimately it boils down to three options. You have a pop-up option, you have an inline option, and then you have a full page option. Things like the link in bio and the video, those are actually full pages. They have a news spinner and countdown, those are pop-ups. So ultimately it's these three options. So I'm going to show you how you can connect all three. Now the easiest one is going to be a full page. So this one is not embedded into your website, but it links out to a specific URL. So to get the URL, you're either going to hit the ellipse here and get the form link and copy that, or when you're editing it, you hit share and you copy the link. Then you're going to go into your website, and this could be attached to anywhere you would add a link. So a button or a link. So I am going to use a button, and I'm going to say something like sign up for my newsletter. And then I'm going to attach the link. I am going to make sure that the open link in new tab is going to be toggled on because I don't want to take people away from my website. And then I'm just going to arrange the button on desktop and mobile. And then once I save this, once the user goes to my website and they click on the button, it's going to link out to the full page Flodesk form where they can sign up. This is for my freebie. They can sign up for my freebie. So that is the first way that you can have Flodesk and Squarespace linked together for people to sign up for your newsletter. Now the second option is a pop-up. So with the pop-up, you're going to go to the same place to get the embed form. So the ellipse embed, or when you're editing, you're going to select embed. And you do have options for the settings. You can double opt in. You can decide when to display this pop-up, whether it's immediately or after a certain amount of time, or once the visitor scrolls 30%, you can set these settings. And then once you've done all of that, copy the embed form. Now the instructions say to add it to every page on your website before the closing head tag. Now on Squarespace, all you have to do is add it to one place, and this is the custom header injection area. So we're going to navigate to pages, website tools, code injection, and in the header area, we're going to click into the box and we're going to paste that code. It's just a copy and paste situation, and then you just save it. And now you'll see the pop-up is right here. So what happens is that this is telling Squarespace that no matter what page the user lands on first, so most likely it's the home page, but you know, maybe some people are coming from your Instagram link in bio and they go to your services page first. Then if that's the first page they go to, the services page, they are still going to see the pop-up. And so copying it into the header code injection area means it is into the entire website. Flodesk says every page of your website, but you don't have to actively do every page. This is what this one specific spot does, is this is the header code injection for every page for the entire website. So you just copy that in and you're done. And this goes for any of the pop-ups or inline blocks or the full page. Every time you go into Flodesk, even after you've embedded the code or you have the link on your button, if you edit something here, it is automatically going to update itself in Squarespace or on the full page here. It is linked. So if you were to change this image on the pop-up, that is going to automatically happen on your website. So you don't need to change this code ever. The only thing you would want to do is if you ever wanted to remove it, then you would delete this entire code, and then that will remove the pop-up from your website. Just a quick little note too, you'll see here I have upgrade on my websites because this is not a paid site. If you are going to be adding a Flodesk pop-up or inline form, you will have to pay for at least a business plan so you have access to the code injection area to add this content in. Now, alternatively with the pop-up, if you did not want it on every single page, but only on one specific page, or even it could be multiple specific pages, but you don't want it on every single page, say you just wanted it on your services page. Alternatively, what you're going to do is you're going to grab that same embed form, copy it, and instead of putting it into the header code injection for the entire site, you're going to put it into just one page's header code. So to do that, let's say we want it on the services page. We're going to go to the gear icon here, go to advanced, and we're going to copy and paste that code into the advanced area for that page. And you'll see here that I'm on the home page, the pop-up does not show, but once I go to the services page, I'm going to see that pop up. Once I go to the about page, I won't see it. So it is only on the services page now. And you can have it on multiple pages. So if I wanted it on the advanced or on the about page as well, I'm going to use that exact same code on the about page as well. So I'm just going to paste that in again, and then it's going to show on the about page as well. So that's how you can do it for individual pages. And you just use the same code over for all of the pop-ups. All right, so the last option is an inline form. So this inline form here. So again, you can click the ellipse to go to the embed, or you can click in and hit the embed here. And once you've done all your design and settings, when you get to embed, this one is a two-step process. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab the header code. And so you're going to copy this and you are going to paste it into the site-wide header code injection area. And so for this one, this is where you want to go. You don't need to do specific pages for the inline block, because what you're going to do is as soon as you paste that in, we're going to use the specific inline block code and add that exactly where we want it on the website. So we've added this in. And the next step is getting the inline code. So I'm going to copy this, and this goes where I want the actual block to display on my website. So let's just say I want it on the home page. Instead of this button here, I want to have my inline form. So I am going to add a code block, and I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to click in, and I'm going to delete everything that's already here. So we've got nothing, and I'm just going to paste the inline block form. I am going to rearrange this a bit. Now you'll notice here, I'm going to center it. You'll notice here I just see embed scripts. I don't actually see the embed, and that is okay. That's what's showing in edit mode. Once we save and we exit out, you're going to see the form now. So this is the form that I have created. So anytime someone adds their email address here, and it's always good to test this thing, then they are added straight to the newsletter and they stay on the website. So the inline block is really great. And one thing to note for the inline block is if you wanted to add this specific inline block in multiple places, all you have to do is use the inline code, and you can use it in multiple places. So if I also wanted it on the services page, I'm going to do the exact same thing of adding a code block, adding the code in, and it's going to show up on this page as well. So you can use that inline block in multiple places. And if you wanted to add another inline block, so that inline block is for my freebie. If I wanted to also use an inline block for my newsletter page, or it's just a different inline block because the colors are better for the website page you're adding it onto, say, then what you do is when you go to embed, as long as you've added this header code for one of the inline blocks, inline forms, once, you do not have to add it again. That is already done. That code in the header code injection area is only added once. So we don't need this step. All we need is the inline code because that's specifically to this block and these settings. And then let's just say we're going to put it on the same page. So I'm going to put that second one in, and then you'll see here I have my 2 inline blocks. And so these say different things, they're styled differently. They actually go, this one goes to the freebie, this just signs you up for my newsletter. But I only had to add the code injection once. Now, what if you have your inline blocks in and you want to do a pop-up that's site-wide in the header area? Then what you do is you leave this inline block code. For the pop-up code, we're going to grab the embed code, and then this one, after the end of this, we're going to hit enter twice. We're going to paste that in, save it, and then you're going to have everything on here. So we have the pop-up and we have the inline blocks as well. So you do have to add the inline block header area code, and then separately you do have to add the pop-up header code. And a little bonus, if you're up for a little coding, one of the things I dislike about the Flodesk form is that there's so much padding around the block. There's 70 pixels of padding around the entire block, and I don't care for that. So what I like to do is remove that. So I'm going to grab my URL and go in a no redirect browser, and then I'm going to pull up the developer tool. And how you can do that is you can right click and you can inspect, and then what I am doing is I'm just grabbing the ID of the Flodesk form, and I'm going to copy and paste that into the custom CSS area, and then I'm going to add a padding of 0 with an important tag, and that is going to remove the padding. You'll see it just shifted itself. It's because all of the padding was removed, so it changes the size and it just gets, I find it, the spacing tends to be a lot better. Me personally, I like that better. Oh. So alternatively, what you can do is, as long as you have the form ID, you copy and paste that, then what you can do is, let me just cancel this out, is you want to add .ff dash and then .ff dash the number underscore form, and then, in case you aren't familiar with the dev tool, I did not spell that correctly, that will do the same thing as well. So just having your unique ID goes here for the block. For the services page, this block still has the padding on it. So I'm actually just going to copy this, paste it, and then I'm going to go in and grab the form ID. I'm just copying and pasting what's between the quotes, and then I'm just going to replace this string of letters and numbers. It's just singling out this very specific inline block, and then save, refresh, And there we go. We've removed all the padding. If you want to change the size of it, once the padding's removed, you can just move it in here. Save, exit out, and then you can see what it looks like. And then again, anytime you go into Flodesk, and if you edit any of these forms, say change what the button says or the color, you do not need to update it in Squarespace. It's automatically synced and we'll do that. So that's how you can connect your Flodesk to Squarespace.